Hi, and welcome to this week's Thrifting Challenge Projects video. This week's theme was Mother Goose, and I'm excited to share with you my final projects. Let's get started! So as a reminder, this week's project list, the first prompt was Silly Goose, the second prompt is Humpty Dumpty, the third prompt was Mary Had a Little Lamb, and the fourth prompt was Hickory Dickory Dock. So for the first prompt, Silly Goose, I decided to make these goose bookends, and I used some blocks and some geese, but to make this project, you will need some goose figures, some wooden blocks, a hot glue gun, and some paint. For this one, I had these 3 geese I got from the Brass Armadillo, and I needed to clean them, and they have this cute little bow, and I was going to paint the bow blue. And then I have these blocks that were already decoupaged, and I bought them that way, but you could do your own blocks if you needed to. But my geese, I ended up needing to paint them white. I could not get them clean. And so I painted them white first, and then I painted that bow blue. And it was a little tricky painting. I've discovered this week that painting isn't my favorite pastime. I think just because of the needing the preciseness and waiting for things to dry. Not my favorite, but anyway, here everything is dry, and now I'm just going to hot glue them to the tops of the blocks, and they make perfect, cute little nursery rhyme Mother Goose bookends. Alright, time to rank this project, my Mother Goose block bookends. When it came to cost, this cost about $9 for each block. And for me, that was kinda high, and so I gave it half a star, because if I'm making bookends, I was kinda hoping to have the cost of making it a little lower, so I gave it half a star for cost. When it comes to time to complete, because of the painting and needing several coats and to cover up whatever smudges were on it, it was over 4 hours, and so I gave it half a star for that. Mostly because if you're painting something, I guess you should assume that's going to take a while because you have to paint and let it dry, but it was a little longer than I was hoping it would take to make this project. When it comes to ease of the project, I gave it half a star. Once again, not a huge fan of painting, and when it came to painting that bow on there, I had to be careful, and that was a little tricky for me. The final look, I do like how this looks, so I gave it a star for looks. Was it enjoyable? Once again, I think painting isn't my favorite, and so I gave it half a star for was it enjoyable for me. So overall, I give this project 3 out of 5 stars. The next prompt was Humpty Dumpty, and for this project, I made these attribute eggs. And for this project, you will need 6 or more wooden eggs in different sizes, 3 or more colors of paint, and a paint pen. So I found these eggs at the thrift store, and they came in 3 different sizes. So if you remember, attributes are, it could be size, color, shape. And so I'm gonna paint these in 3 different colors. And here I finished painting them. Painting eggs is super tricky. It was very frustrating, to be honest, but I painted them in different colors. I made sure I picked different sizes. And then now I'm going to add patterns to my eggs. I'm going to do 2 different patterns. I'll have this polka dot pattern, and then here in a moment I will share with you the other pattern I'm going to make. But I just make polka dots using this Sharpie craft pen. And the other pattern I'm doing is just like a plus sign, a cross mark all over the egg. And so I'm going to cover half of them with the plus sign and half of them with the polka dot. So here my eggs are finished, and you can see the different ways you can categorize them. This is by color, so green eggs, blue eggs, yellow eggs. And then I can separate them by the pattern, so polka dot and then plus signs. That's another category or an attribute we can separate them by. And then the third attribute is by size. We have 2 large ones, 3 medium-sized ones, and 1 small one. Then I'm just going to use this strawberry basket I've had for a minute. I got this at the flea market in Greenwood, and I'm just going to use it to store my attribute eggs. Alright, time to rank this project. For the attribute eggs, the cost was around $7 for all of it. For the paint, for the eggs, so I thought that was a really good deal. So I gave it 1 star for cost. When it comes to time to complete, once again, painting just takes time. So it was over 4 hours because you need to paint it, several coats, you gotta let it dry. So half a star for that, just because I understand that painting is time consuming, so that's to be understood. Also, if you were looking for a quick project, because there's painting, it's not going to be that quick. So half a star. Then for ease of project, I gave it 0 stars, and that is just because painting eggs is tricky. I had an egg crate, egg holder, egg store, I don't know what you call that, but the thing, you know, you buy your eggs in. And I had one of those, and I would paint them and then stick it in there. And then when it dried, it gets stuck to the container. And then you have to make sure your eggs don't accidentally tap each other and then get the other wrong paint on your egg. It was a whole thing. So ease of project for me, 0 stars. All right, the final look, I gave it half a star just because I don't feel like the paint job is that great because it was tricky to paint. But I mean, they look good. I enjoy how they look. I just wish they were smoother, I suppose. Was it enjoyable? I like the concept of them. I like this picture here with them. And so I gave it half a star. I didn't completely hate this project, but it wasn't my favorite, so half a star. So overall, I give this project 2.5 stars out of 5. Our next prompt is Mary Had a Little Lamb, and I made this framed piece of work. And for this project, you will need a picture frame, a nursery rhyme book page, some fabric, a ribbon, scissors, and double-sided tape. So to make this, if you remember, I have that golden book, nursery rhymes, and I pulled out the page. I have my frame and the backing for the frame. You might remember this fabric I had thrifted a while ago. I'm going to use that and some ribbon. Then I'm just going to cut out the pieces of the page, the title and the pictures, and then I'm going to position it onto the fabric where I would like it to go. Once I have it positioned where I want it to go, I go ahead and put some double-sided tape on it and tape it down so it doesn't move when I put it in the frame. Once everything is taped down, I just slip it in the frame and it's good to go. When it comes to ranking this project, the cost was less than $5 for me, and so I gave it a star for cost. When it came time to complete, it took me less than 15 minutes to do this, so I gave it 1 star for time. Ease of the project, it was pretty quick, and so I gave it 1 star for ease. The final look, I really like how this looks. I think it's cute and simple. So I gave it 1 star for the final look. And was it enjoyable? For me, it was. So a star for enjoyable. Overall, I give this project 5 out of 5 stars. The last prompt was Hickory Dickory Dock, and I made this little mouse house out of an old alarm clock. And for this project, you will need a small alarm clock, a screwdriver, some cardboard, scrapbook paper, double-sided tape, a hot glue gun, and some scissors. So I was a little worried to tackle this one, to be honest. I wasn't sure how easy it would be to disassemble the alarm clock. So I saw the screws, I was like, we'll start there. We'll just unscrew the back off. So I popped the screws off and I opened the back, and I was pleasantly surprised that there were just a couple of places that needed to be unattached, pieces that needed to be unattached, so I could pull the whole clockwork out. So here you will see me removing the piece that hits the bell, that makes the bell sound. I'm going to remove that. And then the top pieces and the bottom pieces, I will remove those as well. Once those pieces are out, then the clock piece slips right out. The last piece is like the glass cover part, and I just popped that out as well. Now I'm going to put my bottom pieces and my top pieces back on, so that way it looks like an alarm clock. Next, I'm going to work on making a backing piece For the mouse house, since that other clock part wasn't going to be usable, I'm just going to get some cardboard, trace around it. And then once I cut that cardboard piece out, I find some scrapbook paper I like, trace around that, and attach it to the cardboard. And as you can see, it just slips right on into the back. So I'm going to kind of push it in and position it where I want it. And once I have it in the place I like, I'm just going to run some hot glue around the back to kind of keep it in place. Then, because I'm a glutton for punishment, I'm attempting to do some more needle felting. I wanted to make a little mouse for my little mouse house. I tried to find a little mouse at the brass armadillo that I could just, a little toy one I could put in here. Never found one. So I'm just taking a clump and needle felting. And I mean, what you see me doing is what I do for the whole thing, except for I add pieces and stuff. It's not horrible. I have different size needle felt needles. This is something I got from the Dollar Tree, and maybe I just need better supplies and maybe my needle felting will go better. But here's that bed I bought. Definitely doesn't fit, and so I'm just gonna stick to the little mouse being in the little mouse house. And you know what? I think it's cute. Here he is in his little house. Okay, time to rank this project. When it came to cost, for me, it was less than $5 to do this project, so definitely 1 star for this one. When it came time to complete, I was actually quite pleased. The timing I'm not incorporating the needle felting mouse. I'm just talking about the alarm clock mouse house itself. It was about 15 minutes. I was surprised at how quick it was to take it apart. When it comes to ease of the project, once again, I was pretty pleasantly surprised at how easy it was, so I gave it a star for ease. Final look, I love how it looks. 1 star for look. Was it enjoyable? Yeah, I did enjoy doing this one, so I gave it a star for that. So overall, I gave this project 5 out of 5 stars. And next week's Thrifting Challenge theme is strawberries. And so here is the project list. The first prompt is harvest holder. The second prompt is jam jar. The third prompt is personal hobby. And the last prompt is a tier tray item. So if you're interested in participating and curious what the different prompts are, you can head over to my Pinterest board and check out the new strawberries board and get some ideas. I will also be posting a video soon on my planning for each prompt, what I'm thinking of doing for my projects, along with a haul video where I share with you what I thrifted so that I can complete my projects. And then finally, I will share my strawberry projects with you, like I just shared my Mother Goose projects with you today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please let me know in the comments down below which of these projects was your favorite, and let me know if you guys are participating, giving these a try. I would love to see your projects. Please give this video a like if you're interested in these, and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.